This will be TomS versus HeisenN. Thanks, Andrew. Maps and Civ map draft and Civ draft on your screen now. TomS will have Banana Cove. HeisenN will have Lanes. It will be Italians, Britons, Aztecs, and Franks for TomS. HeisenN will have Mongols, Mayans, Khmer, and Lithuanians. And give me 1 second, we'll be into the games, guys. Audio's here now, Knight. Sorry, I was having trouble getting this game to load and was kind of concerned, to be honest. But we're diving in right now, guys. Game number 1, TomS versus HeisenN. Coming at you here will be Tom, I believe is the high seed. I'll have to check to make sure. Nonetheless, TM has had tons of members here. Tons in this tournament. And they've been having a good time here. TomS is in yellow. I believe he's the high seed. I will double check that in a second. But nonetheless, he will play as the Britons. On the opposite side here, HeisenN will be playing with the Khmer, a civ we have seen a few times here on this Arabia and has served us some interesting build orders. Looking forward to seeing what exactly that one will be, but we'll have to see what we're going to have here. Against Britons, obviously, Khmer feel quite good if they can get into those siege units. Scorpions are so good here. We'll just have to wait and see if that is going to be the position, though. If not, it'd be interesting to see what we have late game. But Britons are Britons, man. TomS choosing them here. We'll see what he has in store for us today. Builds look really clean. 0 TC idle time for both players. Obviously, it's super early in the game, but that does, in fact, matter. And it is indeed TomS, the 8th seed, HeisenN, the 9th seed. Whenever this set moves on to face USB/Kingston NE, not exactly sure how exactly he pronounces that part, if he even says the NE on the end of it, but we'll go with it anyways. Khmer. I really like watching the higher elo players with the Khmer. I am not one to differ from my standard build orders for scouts and or archers, but the Khmer have quite a few interesting options. Let's see how this works out for him and what exactly is the plan. Britons, however, should be fairly self-explanatory, and we already have TomS starting to build some houses, so he's going to try to secure his gold mine here. Has a second and a third gold mine right there. Actually, this neutral one is fairly close, and actually that's not a neutral one, is it? That's actually the third gold for Tom. The generations on this Arabia, man, I love it. These players are so close. Would you ever think that you're this close to your opponent on an Arabia? Not unless it's this one, right? Don't know. We'll find out. TomS, he was here earlier. I don't know if any of the higher elo players have a real preference when it comes to how these gens are compared to what we have been seeing as of late with this one, but it's going to be fun. Looks like some tight walls going to come in for HeisenN here. This is always interesting. Pushing his deer as well will be quite nice. We'll have a lot of food under the town center here in a second. TomS going for militia. Oh, he's going for militia. So 2 militia. Drush, it looks like. He does have the gold for the third. Has he just not produced it yet? He doesn't know where his opponent is, though. This is what's so painful about this generation. And this is why I wonder what TomS feels about this map right now. He sees all these golds. He sees another gold here. He only sees 2 tiles of it, though, so he's going to walk straight across the map. And this is what you'd see in traditional situations, like our current day Arabia gens. But no. His opponent, right here. And he would probably never guess his opponent is over here either. I love it. Really makes scouting oh so very important. Nice pre-wall here. Expecting some pressure to come in. Tom is probably super frustrated, and he might even walk into not 1, but 2 of these wolves, and gonna be a lot of HP gone. This could all be for naught here, actually, if it's not doing any damage. Looks like it will only be 1. It did lose a significant amount of HP, though. And now he has to understand his opponent is in this direction, for he has scouted literally everywhere else and not found what he wanted to see. He will now see a house, and he'll be able to locate his opponent. Loom for TomS coming in. Looks like he's going to be clicking up here at 23 pop fairly easily. On to gold already here for HeisenN, who did not even build the barrack, which makes sense because of the Khmer special bonus, not needing those buildings to click to the next stage. Any of these forage bushes close? That one's at 41, 39, but there's no gap there, so that should not be overchopped. The quick wall comes in. We're going to be able to keep 4 vills on this right now, but minute 20 out from the next stage. The monkey alone does so much damage here. It is going to melt these palisade walls quite quickly. Monkey here is still looking in the position of HeisenN, who TomS now shifts to gold. He's going to be pretty much full walled in a minute or a second here. Forward vills. Oh, I like it. Is he going to come forward and tower? I actually really like this play from TomS. If he comes forward and towers the gold, it's going to be beautiful. I think he is, and if he keeps it out of sight, because he's sending the vills around this way. So if he puts the tower like here, and it is not within vision, that's going to be amazing, actually. And it's an immediate castle age click here for HeisenN. Holy crap. This is going to be a 14-minute castle age attempt from HeisenN here. Wow. This is going to be forward archery range, actually. It may even be before 14 minutes. It is going to be just slightly before 14-minute castle age for TomS. Holy... or for HeisenN, rather. That's going to be nuts. Behind this, though, we have very good walls for Tom, who will now come forward with these vills and maybe make a tower. Stable on... this is going to be knights. Alright, let's see if he sees this. Let's shift over to the proper point of view. It is not visible. The archer comes forward, though. I think you should have held the archer back. And just built a tower, honestly. Why hide these? Oh, and the house is brilliant, too. HeisenN, man. What is this build? Holy crap. It's going to be... an insane castle age time, and Tom may be dead here. This will all get cleaned up. This tower is big investment here. Yes, it will take him off gold for the short term, but castle age is in. Knights will have 0 upgrades, but I'm not sure that will really matter in the slightest here. One vill goes down for HeisenN before he can get away with this, but ultimately, this house is going to be occupied until the knights come in. See how fast this knight goes down. So currently it's just going to push everything back. But TomS is super far behind. Is he like stonewalling? No, he's just going into spears. Crazy. Crazy good. If you guys have the hype emote, you should throw it in chat right now, because this is lit, man. This is an insane Castle Age play. HeisenN he does have a lot of idle TC time here. He only has like a few fills that are currently working. He's gonna force the tower here, so TomS is gonna force some issues, but man. Castle 13 minutes. Absolutely insane. Knights can't do anything though, so Tom is not dead. He's not dead in the slightest. The tower was built on the gold, so this gold will have to be abandoned. So TomS keeping all the pressure on that he can here, doing everything he can with this. The militia will definitely go down. The monkey has gone down here, I believe. No, it's still alive. No, that's the militia. It is dead. Alright, so as this continues to pressure here, the important thing is keeping Vills alive for both players. HeisenN needs to keep his working, however. He's had quite a bit of idle time here, and military efficiency is still considerably lower. Market on its way for for HeisenN though. Behind this, market as well, so my statement was still accurate. A little bit of a double wall, and probably going to be able to keep these two knights out if he is paying enough attention and reacts quickly. Looks like he will react, and it will be within a proper amount of time, just ever so slightly so. And the pressure here for Tom is creating some issues. These units have killed one economic unit thus far. HeisenN continues to try to sneak out here to grab this res, which makes a lot of sense, but has to retreat back and forth. Here comes the Siege Workshop. Let's see what his choice is. I imagine it's going to be Scorpion, but yeah, it will be a Scorpion, but he's housed. And TomS, safe economy behind this, about to click up to the Castle Age. Will have military forward still. Doing a fine job with that. The Scorpion just now on its way out. Castle Age TomS has clicked. Knights will return back here to try to deal with this forward. And now this quick Castle Age, it really hasn't done a lot for TomS. Or, sorry, for HeisenN. I keep screwing up the positions, the names. Tom is in a fairly great position here. He's going to be with Britons. He's going to be with 2 archery ranges, if not a third. We'll see. He might boom, which wouldn't be a bad thing either. This is going to be down the tower, but a villager escapes the life, so this should not kill a vill. I thought it was going to get that one, to be honest. Once this is up, this will be shot down, no questions. The knight should probably stick around over here to try to deal with this, but instead they're going to come in this direction and try to deal with the military. First Scorpion is out, though. 2 town centers. He's going to shoot down the tower first, which makes a lot of sense, as it kills a vill here, which is a little unfortunate here for HeisenN. Not a vill that you want to keep. Not a vill you want to lose at this point. And the Britain crossbow numbers are going to be at, what, 14? It's not bad at all. Town center will take out these few vills. These Scorpions will start to do work over here. Military against Scorpions in low number, never a bad thing. But if it gets to a higher position of Scorpions, they are way too good. Hope everyone's doing well out there. Hope everything seems good at the stream. Audio levels are good on my end. I know we had a few issues there earlier, but hopefully all is well now. Forward Siege Workshop now for TomS, as a few mangonels here would do the trick. I think HeisenN with this insane build, it was impressive, but I don't think he's able to do anything here now. His economy is very, very interesting right now. He's done some good things to balance it, but his position of going up so fast has not really granted him much in a way of reward. Good thing though for him, he has survived, so things are still looking just fine. But that said, pikeman for TomS as well. Mangonel coming out, will pressure here. One knight does head in this direction, but shouldn't get a kill. There's only 7 HP on there. Mangonel is going to be a surprise from Tom here. Good reactions from HeisenN. It's like nothing going to really change on the front though. Mangonels will dance. Military numbers 24-3 right now, as the crossbows even take a few shots. If the town center was garrisoned, that might have killed the mangonel, but not going to be an issue. It was reacted to right away, so Tom knew where his position was. He is now going to be taking his best shot at killing this town center. If this town center goes down, I think it's GG. The gold will be heavily exposed. Lots of farms behind here as well. Some nice shots from Tom here. HeisenN able to keep these alive somehow, but this archery range will be going down. Monastery behind this? Not sure why we're getting a monastery, to be honest. Oh, and he hit the repair button to send his vills for repair. That's a no-no. Scorpions and mangonels are here. The micro is kind of back and forth, but the siege taking a better exchange here for HeisenN right now, as he gets a nice shot on the crossbows with this one. Taking out a few already, takes out that range that has kind of been in the way of microing this battle. And, ooh, a good attack ground. HeisenN holding position here, has a equal villager count. Town center has been repaired quite nicely. Good defense. Behind this, though, second TC just now being added for TomS. So once that happens, if he can continue the vill production, which it looks like he can, as he's gotten tons of them queued up behind this, should be relatively okay as we turn back in just in time to see the mangonel dance. HeisenN wins that exchange. Still has one alive. Crossbows with additional range, though, will be quite brutal. So it's turning into some sort of a weird push over here for TomS. I'm guessing he's very comfortable with this, though. He is very safe at home. His economy hasn't been under threat at all, really. Will be a third town center now. Outpost even going to be invested into here for HeisenN, who does have the slight villager advantage, and he does have the better economic upgrades, but TomS about to catch up there. Things have simmered to a slight recess here. We're not going to have the ongoing feudal siege or castle siege fight, it seems. These crossbows are gonna get healed up. Never a bad idea, especially given all the damage that they have taken. So we're gonna see a change of positioning here from the wave attack. Mangonel will be coming out here. Crossbows and pikes still moving around. Wheelbarrow just now coming in for TomS here. Tom is on the 3 TC boom. He has shifted a little bit on to stone, which is going to be quite good for him here. No relics just yet. Avil in the north headed out on a long journey. Mangonel's trade 1 for 1. There's another one here, though. With the Britain range and attacking from the hill, repairs must come in. Vills are going to be going down here. A couple of them here, a couple of them there, it looks like. And all things considered, it's a very entertaining and close game number 1 between these two. Worker efficiency has been a little bit worse for HeisenN as far as like the whole game is concerned, but over the last couple of minutes he was actually more effective with his military. Is he just going to try to go the Imperial Age behind this? It definitely seems very possible. He's going to continue to queue views. I haven't seen any military queued for a little bit. That's why I'm kind of wondering what his position is. Oh, the Mangonel going to get a nice shot uphill, but does take out a few crossbows. Another Mangonel coming in for a shot. Doesn't look like he'll get down. Ballistic's on its way in now for Tom, so he is still producing. There comes a few crossbows. Monk goes down. Outposts going up all over the place. Monk headed into the north here for TomS as well. Fletching. And we have ballistics coming in for our Khmer player. TomS, I think, could build a forward castle here. Potentially on this siege workshop. Especially if he sees that these are here. Or not siege workshop, that town center. Take him off the gold would be his plan if he came forward for it. But honestly, this hill in between the players would be fine. Or even this hill on the top, I think would be good as well. Imperial Age is, in fact, the answer. There comes the castle on that hill. I think that is the right call. Lots of vills going to be dropping down this one. Hoping to avoid any sort of a doubt castle in this one. But we will have Mangonels coming forward here. Castle is getting up there. Crossbow is really just baiting. Trying to keep the villagers alive for as long as possible. But these Mangonels, all these skirms, in a lot of danger here. As the castle will make quick work of all 5 units. And that was insanely good for him. HeisenN has gotten the villager advantage, though, during this time. Obviously, he's not clicked to the next age, though. He desperately needs to get things for himself here, but it's going to be very difficult to catch up here. 7 military to 30. Do have some pikemen trying to raid still over here. HeisenN even going to go way out here for this gold, which I actually really like. Needs gold as much as he can get it. Does he know about this one? Let's find out really quickly, shall we? He does not. So he's only going out to the main gold because he saw it. Interesting. Imperial Age clicked for HeisenN, but will be quite a ways behind here. Trebs, I think, are about to be inbound. Bracer and Arbalest not yet in for Tom, and honestly, if you get Bracer, there we go. It's definitely very worth that. Skirmishers will likely kill this villager. And Imperial Age has been reached. Stable switch for Tom, it looks like. Alright. Imperial Age is coming, but soon it will be Arbalest versus Elite Skirm. That castle would be a great position to come up. The Treb, number 1, is out. No other Trebs in production, so Tom is going to start to Treb things down. Oh, and there's a very forward castle. I actually really like this castle. This is a I am winning this game castle. Must love it. The town center is about to go out. Which one has the Imperial Age in it? Am I missing it? Oh, that one back there. Okay, good. He chose the safe one. So it would have been very close down to the wire if he would have chose one of these and it was under attack. Town Center number 1 went down. Town Center 2 is surely to follow soon. And the gold must be abandoned. All these farms must be abandoned. Villagers will certainly go down here. And HeisenN barely had the villager lead here for very long. Chemistry, we have the last armor upgrade coming in. Ring Archer armor. Treb's doing work here though. Surprising that HeisenN is not selected to mine that position there. We'll see. HeisenN also attacking this castle here. Man, this is such a good game. My goodness. Cavalier coming in here from TomS. That will be unexpected. Cavalier is not what you expect to see, but I feel like it is a good situation for him to go for it here. As he's basically a full Arb versus full elite skirm, so Cavalier could be big. Castle is going to have a chance to shoot at some of these skirms, as it is under massive repairs right now. Masonry did come in here for Archimer player as well, so a little bit more HP. Treb numbers are still in favor here for TomS, as Tom did lose a good bit of his military there. And this castle is going to go down, it looks like. The repairs not going to be enough, as the downhill hits doing too much damage. On this side, though, we could be in the same position, as it looks like this castle will also crumble. It will indeed, and I'm really wondering where the Cavaliers are at. There are a few coming forward. They can definitely deal with all of this, which I believe is going to be helpful. Skirm's really the only thing stopping Tom from running in here and just destroying what's left of the economy as best that he can. Skirmishers see the Cavalier, and these Cavalier are rather weak. But still, this is what he needs, a meat shield here. As the Arbalest will do a little dancing here and take some pot shots, as the military numbers again are spiraling in the direction of TomS. TomS almost has another for a castle as well. Trebuchets being taken out. Skirmishers not going to be able to kill all these archers with these Cavalier here. The relocation is massive. We'll see if that does them any good. It is only a few stables here. Might have to add some more just for mobility and getting massive units out on the field. His economy is slightly stretched, but he's about to kill a lot of ills. He's killed 2 economic units already, and he will continue to see that number grow on your screen here as a castle is trying to be forced down here. But now, at the same time, the Arbalest move into the economy over here with some of these Cavalier. It is going to be brutal. A lot of military in the base here for HeisenN. And it looks like this town center will be the next building to fall as villagers continue to try to evacuate here. And the GG comes in. So TomS takes it in what was a very interesting game for sure. Not what I expected to see on this map. Castle Age, very, very fast for HeisenN. Let's take a quick look at that Castle Age time. But holy crap. 13:36 Castle Age time for HeisenN. That was insanely quick. But unfortunately, didn't really buy him a whole lot. Let's go ahead and load up to the next game here, guys. Or not the next game. Let's load up the maps here, show you what's going on. So we had a Britain victory over Khmer here. We will have Italians, Aztecs, and Franks for Tom. And HeisenN will have Mongols, Mayans, and Lithuanians, as we will head to HeisenN's home map, which will be Monkey Lanes, guys. Give me a quick minute. I'm going to grab a sip of my drink while I load into the game. Alright, guys, we are back at it. Aztecs for TomS against HeisenN's Mayans. We see the Mezzo matchup here before our eyes. If you guys haven't seen Monkey Lanes, many of you have, but if you haven't, here we go. Things are looking very good here for both players, obviously. Golds, very much close-ish to their base. Not the greatest golds for TomS there. HeisenN will have more favorable golds. But yes, a Mezzo showdown. We have had this matchup on here a few times now, which has been very interesting. And I've seen a lot of matchups on this game. On the I cannot talk, guys. My apologies. I cannot get my thoughts to come out my mouth. We've seen a lot of matchups here, and the Mezzo matchup is particularly of interest to me. I enjoy it greatly. It's been a lot of fun to watch. We'll see what happens here. We will see TomS opt for a close wood line rather than going to try to potentially chop out to the lanes, which have the relics, gold, stones, hunt, all of the additional resources necessary for late game on here. Not to say that we're even going to get there. Who knows? Late game may or may not happen. We'll just have to wait and see. TomS taking game 1. HeisenN, with this being his home map, looking to force a game 3 and get that equalizing win to make it to that game. We'll have to see if he is capable of doing so. TomS had an impressive showing in the last game. HeisenN was a great showing as well. I just feel like his build and his execution of that build was great, except that Tom decided to take and be very aggressive, and that really, really hurt HeisenN there. So, what a game 1 between these two. Can't wait to see what game 2 looks like, and if HeisenN wins, game 3 could be absolutely insane between these guys. Boar coming on in here, no surprise there. On the other side, Boar is already in. Golds are a lot better in position for HeisenN, so Tom is going to have to be very aggressive with his potential wall off, or he's going to have to secure at least a gold pile or 2. Behind his base, he will have some stone available, but with Aztecs, it's not like you really want to have stone at the moment. Our Mayan player, it's a different story. He will have safe stone in the back here, and 2 very safe golds. Berries are very exposed, however. Berries on the opposite side are a little bit safer. Boar number 2 coming in for both players here. Lots of food under the town center. He's maybe going to try for a fast up here. We'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting. Obviously, Mezzo showdown, guys. If you've been around the scene for a while, these are the predominant civilizations that we see for the Eagle civs anyways. Very nice quick little easy walls here for HeisenN. Going to be able to wall to his town center, which is always helpful. And on this side, looks like we're going to have a barracks and likely shift into archers in the late game in front of this to protect the golds on this side. Walls only coming in on one side thus far here for Tom. Military building on this side. So players both doing similar things, similar builds. 20 pop up here. Looks like for HeisenN. Or he's going to try to get a 20 pop up. Looks like he's not going to be able to. He's going to be a little bit shy. He only has one on berries, interestingly enough. Barracks is up, though. Still short on food. That's painful. Short quite a bit of food, actually. So there may be a little bit of idle TC time here. Nope, he does the garrison right away, and will be just fine clicking up very well enough. HeisenN is a... I don't know, but if you say so, if you know him, I guess. Tomayad, yeah, I don't even know if that's pronounced right, man. I don't know him very well at all. Very, very little information about many of these players on my end, guys. Unfortunately, when organizing the brackets here, and even with help, I don't really have time to get to know the players all that well, which is kind of a shame. I do get to know the guys who stick around, though, and continue to participate in everything, which is quite nice. Oh, a nice attack here for HeisenN. Very nice indeed. Militia, fourth militia on its way for Tom, so he knows what he's going to do to counter this. He's going to add the fourth militia, which is very good. Makes a lot of sense, actually. And the fight's going to come in here. Going to come in as well. Dexter, go up TM. TM who, my friend? TM who? They're both TM. It's looking good, though. Looking very good for both. The monkey went down for TomS, and I missed it. So it went down right here. This player, Tamik, is a Wallaroo. 4 man-at-arms are going to be difficult to keep out. Will do the job, though. Gold is going to be under pressure, potentially, but it looks like the walls will suffice for now. Militia will be forced to head back, it looks like, but honestly, not a lot of damage here. I do like what we've seen from Tom here. He has killed the hunt, which is actually really nice, getting rid of that since it was very likely going to be taken. Cannot complain about that at all. Archers are going to be out for both sides here, though. And does anybody have their blacksmith down? Looks like we do have HeisenN about to get his blacksmith down. These walls should keep these men-at-arms at bay. These villas can continue to work for time being. All things together. So you guys are discussing ELO. I love it. I love it. Is this a preemptive tower? It's a preemptive tower from Tom. Tom, knowing his gold situation, wants to keep it safe. I actually appreciate this tower. It looks marvelous. And back home, back home, HeisenN is going to be able to clean this up. Decently costly, but all things considered, 28 vills for Tom, 28 for HeisenN. It is looking fairly good here. So you guys both know each other pretty well, guys. To the TM guys that are here, if you guys are interested, I have some maps that need tested. Would love some more eyes on them. If you want to do that, send me a message on Discord, please. Exclamation point Discord for those who are not there. If you wish to join, the tournament is being run through here. It's also my whole thing. My god, I cannot spell and look at the screen at the same time. Apologies. Thank you. Close game yet again. HeisenN with a little bit more idle TC time. Ultimately, not that crazy, though. We'll see what happens. Obviously, it's been very close between these two. Very close indeed. This game, HeisenN, who I believe is the lower seed, but only by one spot. It's like seed 8 versus seed 9, or seed 7 versus seed 8 here. I think it's 8 and 9, actually. Berries will have to be abandoned. HeisenN forced down a house here to prevent these from getting in, which is going to be quite helpful and quite necessary. The market has also come up here, which is also very good. We'll see what happens, though. Obviously, the military for HeisenN is growing in these archery ranges, and should be just fine to kind of defend this position. It is only one range commitment from Tom compared to 2 from HeisenN as well. Well, honestly, HeisenN's about to click the next age. He's about to be up. This is very risky to move out with his military, I feel like. He's going to do it. Castle Age click is on its way right now. We'll see what happens here. I think HeisenN could lose. Apologies. Could lose a lot of military here that he doesn't want to lose, as he's only a few minutes from the next age. And okay, it is going to be the Eagle switch behind this, so Eagle, Mayan, Eagles on their way. Beautiful box formation, by the way. Infantry upgrades coming as well. Behind this, however, TomS won't be all that far behind the next stage. To wait and see what happens here. Archers trying to find some more damage here. We'll see Eagle Scouts in production. Castle Age will be on its way, and will be in actually here for HeisenN very soon. And then on the other side, Tom is getting there with his economy. He did just buy some food, so he'll be clicking up shortly as well. Still will be almost 2.5 minutes behind the next age, if not more than that, which could be devastating here. We will see good archer numbers here for HeisenN, who's not even going to continue with archer production. He's added to the Eagle Scouts now, and he does have +1 defense on these, so he should realize that Eagles are on the way here. At least you would think that Tom would. Nice little start to the engagement here, but this is what Tom wants. He wants to try to corner and kill, if not just even weaken this military force, so he can deal with it. TomS sees the Eagle. It's only one Eagle. Must have seen it that it was here, and immediately clicks supplies. Eagle won't be all that tanky until then, actually. Forward Siege Workshop. Another play from HeisenN where he wants to send Vills forward for a Forward Siege Workshop. Send the military this time to help this position, please. Got to wait and see what happens. Tom has a much better economy as far as villager count goes, but fast to the next stage here with double range, and now adding in those Eagles. Could be brutal. Can be 2 barracks to 2. This tower is really nice, but when the mangonels show up, may not be so good. We'll just have to wait and see what the Mangonel Micro looks like in this game 2 here. So far, it has been very clean, very good looking, and we'll have to just give it a second. But Castle Age now on its way in, and we already have a few men-at-arms in, a Siege Workshop in defense. So 1 TC for both players right now. Makes a lot of sense going to their certain builds, but Elite Skirm upgrade, if it does come in, will be nice, but the Eagle Scouts are here, and Eagle Warrior upgrade will be in shortly thereafter. It is only +1 in defense, though. But he has taken Tom off of his only gold he can take right now, which is quite huge. And, oh! TomS walks out here. Elite Skirm is in, but the Eagles, the Mango shot comes in. This Mangonel has now killed 10 units. And the Eagle Warriors are going to walk right through the gate. They've decided otherwise. They could have easily ran into the gate, but +2 defense coming in now for Tom. Eagle numbers slowly, steadily growing behind us. GG comes in, so Tom calls the GG, which means we get to go to Game 3 Decider here, which will be on TomS's home map. GG's. Not really sure how long Tom could have held on here, and I think he kind of felt the same way. Seeing the military forward being pushed off the gold, just about to lose his tower. It would have been extremely difficult to keep up without gold here. Map gen really hurting him in this one. TomS will call the GG though, and we'll have to move on to the next game here, guys. Let me pull that information up for you right now. We have Banana Cove coming up here, as that was an Aztec loss to a Mayan victory. And interestingly, HeisenN will have Mongols and Lithuanians remaining. Tom will have Italians and Franks. I feel like Franks not going to be seen here today for Tom. Should be a very clean decision to go for Italians. And HeisenN, I would imagine we're going to see Mongols. We've seen some good builds with them on hybrid maps, and it would make sense. Would make sense. Game 3 Decider coming up, guys. Banana Cove. Here we go. TomS will be in the yellow again. HeisenN in the green. Will be Italians for TomS here, going against HeisenN's Lithuanian choice. Now let's pay attention to the build order here. He will immediately shift to wood, and he will send 4 vills to wood immediately. I think he'll actually send 5 if I know the build correctly. And then he will start to take food with the other vills, and he should adequately have the amount of time to produce villagers after that point. Llamas on the map here. How beautiful. Don't see that all that often. And ultimately, yes, it will be 5 on wood. He'll be able to get the dock up much sooner, and then be able to start getting those fishing ship numbers out and about in an even better way, and that will be very important. Very important, actually. It's very good to have them in this position for this build. Against Italians, however, it's going to be interesting on water. We see HeisenN pushing his deer in already. On the other side, that hasn't happened yet. Scouting still around the base, getting the last of his few llamas here, which is quite nice. And look at this. Gonna be up at just about 3 minutes in game. We are gonna push the deer as well, so the food income will be much better for HeisenN. We'll see if he can continue it and keep it in that way. Nonetheless, number of fishing ships going to increase much faster for HeisenN here, who has, with all this behind this, has 1 TC idle time, as he'll get a little bit more, but not by much. It's a beautiful build. I love this Lithuanian build. We haven't seen it. I think this is actually the second time we have seen it, and I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like we did see HeisenN do this in an earlier round. So that is very nice, very interesting. Good to see people moving up through the rounds as well. I've had several people come from the low bracket to the medium bracket, or the medium bracket up to this open division and participate, and that is always a huge plus. So hopefully everyone is enjoying themselves. I think we've had quite an amazing tournament thus far, this open division. I know I've casted more games than I can probably count in the last 3 months than I probably have in a long time. So, absolutely crazy. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Everything you've been doing. Boar comes in. The deer lure's here. That gets shot down as well. This build from HeisenN is just insane. He's got a 3 eco pop advantage, and he will soon have a 4th fishing ship out. On the other side, we're about to have our first fishing ship. It's just insane if you're good at the builds here, how well the Lithuanians can be. Not to mention the relics being a focus for them in most matchups. Even on this one, pretty much guaranteed to get at least 1. And looks like this gen we only have 3. Just traditionally, we either have 3 or 4, never more, never less than those 2 numbers. But fishing ship number 5 on its way out compared to fishing ship number 2, and the 3rd is on its way out. The food economy for HeisenN is insane as he clicks to the next age, just now bringing in his 2nd boar. So we'll immediately shift on to some wood here. Should probably be grabbing a 2nd dock, but he's going to be up at a very good time, and it might be unexpected. Just have to wait and see. GG's indeed for these guys so far. 2 great games between them, and now we've got another game here where the economies looked so different early on, and it will be 2 docks for both here as Tom should get his lumber camp down, then his mining camp down, then he should be spending the next amount of wood on to his dock placement. That said, however, TomS, where is the Ville? There it is. Looks like we will have that Ville move out. That might have been automatic, actually. We'll just have to take a look here. Feudal Age is here. Dagom is the comment. And the real difference here, idle TC time, I guess. Fishing ship numbers, 5 to only 4. Fire galleys coming for TomS. And it's going to be a galley opening from HeisenN here. Let's see if it can work out for him. Personally, I love galley openings. A lot of other people have disagreed with me on this map. I think it's better, but that's alright. Each to their own. Galleys in number will be quite good, but fire ships, nothing to ignore. It's like the fishing ships will be under attack. The fire ship, though, is here, and we'll push these galleys away before this even goes down. It's looking good for both players. It's really close. HeisenN just ever so slightly ahead in the economic advantage. And like I said, that goes back to TC idle time and the insane build that we saw here. Nice and early on. There's going to be a blacksmith coming up already for HeisenN as well. So he will instantly be going for fletching, which makes a lot of sense. Still chasing galleys everywhere, though. This is not what you want to do. Like, never good. But that said, galley numbers, not the greatest. There will be 5, and there are some really weak ones in here. Really weak ones. Fletching is about to come in, though. That will help out a lot. Demo comes out. We'll take out 1. HeisenN starting to fall apart here as his fishing economy is getting hit from behind. The galleys will clean up a few of the fire ships, but ultimately still not in number well enough to deal with this. And again, more fishing ships going down, more galleys going down. Microing 2 groups is absolutely insanely difficult. And again, the fish will be under threat. Tom looks like he has done a good job securing himself a good position on water here. And he's just going to continue with the fire galley production, which I think is the right choice here. He's taking out units. The KD is 6-5 for total, and KD for eco is 3 losses now for TomS, or 4 kills. He kills the fishing ships. They continues to go up. Galleys here, hitting and running as best they can, but the mass may have been lost here, and some blocking maneuvers here as players try to galley away and keep them alive. Just testing the chat. Haven't seen it move, so just making sure everything looked okay. I think we're good, guys. I haven't heard any issues. Oh no! My apologies about that. Tom's eco is ahead here. Demo Rafts coming. A 4th dock coming here, which is probably the best position here you could ask for. Blacksmith, mill. Gonna start to see some farming coming up here for Tom. Galley numbers split here. Never what you want to see. Thank you, Andrew. Appreciate the update. Enjoy your dinner. Galley numbers are starting to get more and more concerning, but TomS is doing a good job to pincer in as best he can as he starts to add in galleys himself, which is going to be very helpful. Fletching going to be coming in for him as well. And honestly, the galley numbers here aren't all that spectacular for HeisenN now. And he did lose all of his food eco on water. Was not prepared to go to farms, as you see. Tom already transitioning here onto water as best he can. And this is a good fight for Tom, as the galleys here now outnumber and actually have a much better HP situation going on, as ships are starting to go down here as well. Some galleys are going to sneak over from HeisenN. Behind this, the economies, guys, are looking quite similar. Not much to see there. What we really want to see is this beautiful water fight here. It's always something we want to see, for sure. Galley v. Galley micro now. But HeisenN does have a good number of them. They're just split up, which is not ideal, I feel. There, HeisenN will bring them all back together here. He does have the advantage in numbers, HP, all of that. He is microing here and taking a very solid engagement, as TomS has lost quite a few units here. The KD is 20 to 18 in HeisenN's favor right now. Adding the 4th dock now here is TomS, as HeisenN sells stone and buys food, as he considers switching to the next age here shortly. Which all in all could be a very good decision. We can get up there a little bit faster, given that Italians can be up oh so quickly. And maybe with the lack of numbers he's been seeing, HeisenN is worried that his opponent is already up. But Lithuanians do have a good early game if they can transition that into the later game here. It does bode well for them. However, it is Italians versus Lithuanians, and Genbo can deal with Cav. Even if they do that additional attack, it's not going to be as easy to run through those. Their Cav bonus. All in all, maps are coming together looking very good here. A market for TomS, so we'll see what he goes for next. Could be seeing a big fight in the center here. Castle Age click is now in here for HeisenN, so he is looking to get to that next stage, meaning he doesn't really want to take this fight, so he keeps backpedaling. Castle Age is coming in actually just slightly slower for TomS now, and now the galleys here will dance and maneuver all day long, as Tom has a huge advantage in HP right now. It's just shy of double, which is actually going to be brutal, and he's going to be able to turn and chase this. Galleys will come in reinforcement, but having lost that position, more and more docks going up here. It's always rough. Tom has a decisive eco lead right now at this point too. He's kept some of his fish alive. So if Tom can take and whittle his numbers down here, don't think he's going to be all that upset. HeisenN's on stone. He did sell his stones, so could just be trying to save for town centers. We'll have to wait, see what goes on here. I do like the continued dock up from Tom. I would like it more if he kept moving his fish in that direction as well, because these fish will become less and less efficient as the game goes on. War Galley upgrade coming in here. Botkin not coming in yet for for HeisenN. And Tom is taking a really good engagement, which is only about to get better as Botcanero is going to finish, and the military from HeisenN here is getting obliterated. Oh, and he canceled the War Galley upgrade. I'm not sure I agree with that, to be honest. Interesting. So, Loom and Horse Collar. So, HeisenN's decided he's lost water, and he's no longer willing to fight for it here, as we see a town center, more war galleys, and yeah. That upgrade being canceled is so confusing right now. He still had the units here. I think if he could have kept running, maybe he would have kept the upgrade, but will be a second and a third town center here from HeisenN against 2 for TomS, who will now clean up water and potentially start shifting onto the food gold needed to click to the next age. TomS, obviously, with Italians, it's so much cheaper. As you see, HeisenN buying food. He's grabbing his economy upgrades this game. So he knows he's been missing out on those, which is a good thing, but man. Good snipes here from HeisenN. Look at this. He's going to take out the remaining fish, so now Tom has to send some units back to deal with that. TomS also trying to get some walls up here for some vision, potentially. That Ville could go down. So he's not going to, and back home. Yeah, the docks are slowly but surely going down here. TomS looking in great control of this game. 3 TCs for TomS behind this as well. And he's starting to get his farm numbers up. Run, galleys, run! They won't make it far. all things considered, it's hard to really call this one any more than we have right now. It's just a race to kill the Navy here, and TomS is just hardcore booming behind this. HeisenN pretty much doing the same thing. Another last dock for Tom is, or for HeisenN rather, is about to go down. Monastery here, so he's definitely thinking about relics. Another town center would be 4 town centers, which would be an amazing boom if he could pull it off, but it's going to be rather difficult. Jaguar does get taken out. Forward is coming here from the buildings on land. We do have Wheelbarrow, and we just had Town Watch coming here for HeisenN. Guys are curious what that looks like. There you go. You can see oh so very much of the map right now. 3 galleys is all that remains. See if they can pick off some fish here. Just going to be about the best value that they can get right now. And it looks like he did pick off one. Ultimately, the micro on that is going to come to an end. And TomS is about to click to the Imperial Age, folks. There, he sold 100 food. Goes up to the next stage. 21 military, all pretty much on water. But we do have... Actually, it is all on water. Forward. Castle going to go up here. Don't think he really lost much. One villager has gone down. But all things considered, Imperial Age on its way. That stone is actually rangeable. That's kind of brutal. Trying to think what HeisenN does. Looks like he did. He sold all of the stone and wood that he could, and that put his economy at a huge limit. But he has made himself capable of holding on with this boom. He's getting, what is this upgrade? Careening? Imperial Age will bring a fast chemistry from Tom. And if that's the case, a lot of this economy is going to have to move back in the corner, be tighter and tighter and tighter as HeisenN grabbing another relic. Some walls behind this here for Tom. Galleys catch the monk out. Will not allow that to happen. This monk here has brought in 0 relics. It's been here for a long time, I feel like, but I guess it can't really go past the blockade, huh? In Imperial Age is in chemistry, bracer, galleon, all the first upgrades here. And this castle will be very rangeable by cannon galley fire. Oh, I like this dock from Tom. Sneaky little dock down here to grab these fish as well, as he already has some here. He only has 8 on fish, so players not committing all that heavily onto the fishing economy, which TomS has 106 vills, so I'm not going to criticize him too much there, but there's so much food in the middle. I just don't understand why players aren't producing more and more of the ships, but... A transport, so he didn't want them to walk away. He got a transport, going to build a castle just at the bottom of the hill, which is going to be a very good strategic location. As I don't know, does HeisenN not realize this? Is he coming out here to build something? And if he was, he's turning home. Ballistics coming in as well. The attempt to get back in water. Fire ship upgrade has been done. There it is. Actually, fast fire is on its way now. Double Siege Workshop, Ballistics, Chemistry. A latest on the field will go down to Castle Fire, it looks like. Without even getting a kill. And we have Cannon Galleons on their way out here. Maybe we're going to go kill and clean up some docks. Iranian fast fire ship is in. Things are heating up here. Very close economic plays. Fast fires are really good, but can they deal with the massed galley play here, or galleon play here? Fast fires are doing some work. Shipwright coming in here. The cannon galleons continue to fight a fire onto the docks right now. It's like, why not? Man, look how much damage these fast fires can do. My, oh my. Dock numbers getting depleted though. There's a Treb out over here, but there should be a Bombard Cannon coming soon from Tom, as the Bombard Cannon will really do a good job here. Fast fire is not going to be enough in these low numbers. There's a castle that's getting trebbed from a higher point, but here are the cannon galleons, and this castle will potentially still stand here. Oh, the latest on the field. I don't really think it's going to do a whole lot. No upgrades there. Castle repair on both ends. I think Tom loses this castle. I don't think there's another realistic thing. As the villagers are getting slaughtered here. As both players have quite a bit of an over anticipated boom for this map, I feel like. Especially TomS floating so very much in the way of res now. You know, no military here to deal with this though, so the lightest coming forward is actually a fine thing. Bombard cannon will die. Villagers going to need to run. Bombard cannon will go down. $136 vills to 134 vills, but TomS has an insane economy behind this. And he has insane population, 180 to 146 right now. Doc making quick work of that. This castle could go down here if it's not noticed and repaired soon. Another castle on the hill back here. Few fishing ships are still at work. 8 of them actually for TomS. He has done a good job to fish some of this up, but I think more would be good. And we have a landing. Will be a barracks. Italian condottiero, I think, is what we're going to see, as this castle will be going down here. Actually, the barracks is under attack as well. Looks like HeisenN is pushing back the best that he can here. This castle will go down though, and that will allow for this whole shoreline to become a problem. There'll be stables coming in next as we have chain barding armor coming down. A lot of vills not doing a whole lot here. The lightest will come in though, and the vills will hopefully be able to save some here in the position for Tom, but he could afford to lose some, so it's not really the end of the world. This thing is getting so low HP. It's like it will survive. This castle, though, I don't know if it's going to survive. There are 9 cannon galleons here. No repairs even coming in. Bloodlines, light cav conscription, and plate barding armor all coming in here. As woodline would be a prime area. Not even queuing any at the moment though. Forward castle coming up here was a petard. but there's Genbo. One Genbo. Well, there's one. There will be more. Good little quick wall coming in here. One is not enough, though. As the light cab and soon-to-be hussar are now rolling out here into the economy for HeisenN. It's gonna be Genbo and Treb here to push this back. And the hussar just running. Getting the attack upgrades now, as we're at 156 vills for HeisenN, man. Lots of an overboom, I feel like, here, unfortunately, for him. But he's going to lose some vills, which will free up some space for military, which will free up space for the need for stable production. And oh boy, there's a lot of it. And oh, the cannon galleons are all coming in here. This castle stands zero chance here. We have architecture and Pavise now coming in for TomS. HeisenN still losing vills here and there, but starting to add his own light cav soon. And gold is starting to become a factor here. There's 3 tile there. Yeah, I think that's it. It's only free gold right there. Everything else is either being taken or taken. Cannon galleons make quick work over here. The military, though, is deceptive. It's 66 military. With, looks like we've probably got like 35 on the water there. A castle forward here. The hussar are just diving this location. Gonna try to kill as many villagers as possible. And HeisenN just reacting to everything Tom is throwing at him right now. Siege Workshop is here, so Bombard Cannon could come out, but we need more death to occur. Actually, it's terrible. These Trebs are in grave danger. These ones not so much yet. It's absolutely crazy to me, the bank that TomS has and the position that we find ourselves in right now. He's been 200 pop for a while. He's been like 30 to 60 pop ahead, I feel like. Look at all these lack of vills down here. There's a lot of idled villagers. The stables are getting cleaned up here. Genbo numbers slowly got up there a little bit, but trebuchets will go down. It's an insane boom, so it's never too late, but the military numbers are just insurmountable right now. And yeah, HeisenN calls it, so Tom will take it. Not sure why he called it there, but nonetheless, it was a great series between both of them. Look at the insane eco difference. It's just crazy. Absolutely crazy. Economic upgrades. Tom, looks like Tom had his considerably faster for the first part of the game, and then it looks like HeisenN grabbed a few here and there, but GG's, guys. Ultimately, an insane set between them. Congrats to TomS, who will move on to the next round here. HeisenN will be leaving us today. GG's to him and to all the players that we had this evening. Appreciate you guys. Thank you again. We're going to say goodbye here to HeisenN one last time. Then we'll update the bracket. Just give me a second, guys.